Okay, so the last one we're going to look at for volume is volume of a sphere. So here we've got a sphere, and they've been nice enough to actually give us the radius this time. So let's go ahead and work this one out. Let's shoot back over to my camera. Okay, so here we are. All right, volume of a sphere. So as you can see here, the formula is just a little bit different because now we've got a sphere. So first of all, we're looking at not radius squared, we're looking at radius cubed. So just to recap, that's radius times radius times radius, right? It's your radius to the third power. And then we've also changed up here what's happening in the front. So it's going to be 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed. Okay? So we don't need a height because it's a sphere. So the height is the same. The radius is the same no matter which direction you go. Obviously, if this were some sort of oval, that would be different, but that's another story for later on when you do geometry. All right, so let's plug our information into our formula. So we've got volume equals 4/3 times pi, so that's your 3.14, times your 4 to the third power. All right, so 4 to the third power, 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. So really what we're looking at here is volume equals 4/3 times, my little arrow there, sorry about that, times 3.14 times 64. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 3.14 times the 64. And I'm not going to do that in my head, I'm just going to do it in the calculator. I'm going to clear this out. 3.14 times 64. Okay, 200.96. All right, so now I've got volume equals 4/3 times 200.96. So remember when I'm multiplying by a fraction, you multiply your numerators, you multiply your denominators. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put a 1 underneath this because really that's all we're doing is we're multiplying fractions here. So it's going to be 4 times 200.96 divided by 3 because you really have 3 times 1. So I'm going to take that 200.96 times 4, and then I'm going to divide it by 3. Okay, it looks like 267.94. So volume equals 267.94, 4 with the 6 repeating. So if I want to round this, sorry about the glare, I want to round this to the nearest tenth. So here's my tenth, I'm looking next door. I'm not rounding that up, so my volume is going to be, volume is equal to 267.9, and it was in, oh, why did I put an F? That's feet. Feet cubed. Again, volume is always going to be in cubic units. Do not let this whole 4/3 radius cubed thing stress you out. You just have to use the numbers and plug it into the formula. And again, when you really get down to it, you're ultimately just going to be multiplying some fractions. And guys, you can totally multiply fractions, okay? So hopefully this will help you next time you go in to do some practice in IXL, especially since our unit test is coming up. All right, have a great day.